I'm Cassandra Pickett, licensed marriage and family therapist and certified clinic coach. Today, I'm going to talk to you about guilt. A lot of working parents feel smothered in guilt from how they have interacted or not interacted with their kids. I'm going to give you a brain game to flip that guilt upside down. A lot of parents use guilt as a way to make ourselves feel bad for not reaching a certain standard or not completing a certain task or not interacting a certain way with our kids. The purpose of guilt is to make repairs if we've made a mistake. An error, you broke something, you owe money, you owe an apology, there's something you've done that wronged someone else and a repair is needed. That's what guilt is for. A lot of times in parenthood, guilt is not the productive emotion to act on. So guilt allows us to get caught in a spiral where we just get stuck and behave the same way unless there's actual meaning for the guilt where you can pop out and make a repair and move forward. So when you get stuck in a guilt spiral but you haven't done something wrong, it's just that, a spiral. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have purchased a ton of food and you filled your fridge and freezer and you left the doors open. You come back, the food has gone rotten, it smells bad, it's destroyed. We're going to be mad or sad or have some type of reaction, right? I probably would cry and be like, this is awful, oh, before I could shake it off, right? But I wouldn't necessarily feel guilty. I might feel like, oh no, I've wasted money or resources, but overall I wouldn't get caught in a guilt spiral. I would say XYZ happened and I'm responsible. This is where that brain games comes in. We're going to take guilt and flip it into just taking responsibility for what you're responsible for. I left the door open. This happened. I might cry. I might feel upset, but I'm going to go take everything out of the fridge. I'm going to clean it out. I'm going to get rid of everything, replace what I need to replace, and move forward. I'm not going to take the next 72 hours avoiding it or just telling myself what a mistake I've made or that I've missed everything or getting caught in that guilt spiral and leave the mess in there, right? I'm aware and I have the ability and the skill to go be responsible for what has happened. You have that same skill. It's how we clean out a fridge. It's how we fix mistakes. But when it comes to relationships, we get caught in this guilt spiral where we're not effectively using that skill. So the same strategy can be used for guilt with our kids. Look at what happened. XYZ happened. Instead of saying I feel guilty, say I am responsible. I have control over the outcome. So if you've missed an important deadline or you forgot to buy something or sign up for something, you've made a mistake with your kid. Instead of getting caught in the spiral of guilt and that I'm an absent parent or I messed this up or I am not giving of my time to my child the way I am of work, whatever it is that causes you guilt, flip it, play this brain game and say, okay, XYZ happened and I am responsible for it. Do I have a repair to make? Do I go ahead and just get signed up late? Do I pay a late fee? Do I go ahead and talk to my kid about how they're not going to be in this sport because I missed the deadline or whatever has happened? It's the same as the fridge, right? Something didn't go well, a mistake was made, and we're responsible for it, versus a mistake was made and I as a person am bad and get caught in the guilt spiral. Give it a try and see how it starts to transform every aspect of your life to not just be sitting in that guilt.